Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, is this really how I look? Or maybe you've seen a recent photo of yourself where you felt vibrant and full of life, but the picture just didn't reflect that. It's a moment we've all experienced, and it can be frustrating, right? Well, today, we're going to dive into something that might be the secret to feeling and looking your best, no matter your age. You see, many of us often overlook one simple, yet crucial factor that plays a huge role in how we perceive ourselves. Our hair. Yes, that's right. The way we style our hair can dramatically change our appearance and how we feel about ourselves. If you're over 60, you might have noticed that certain hairstyles you've loved for years might not be serving you as well as they used to. But don't worry. Today, we're going to explore some common hairstyles that could be aging you, often without you even realizing it. Now, I want you to take a moment and think about your current hairstyle. How does it make you feel? Is it a style you've had for a long time? Maybe you've been rocking that same haircut for decades. If so, it might just be time for a little refresh. Together, we'll discover how simple adjustments can help you look in the mirror and say, "Wow, that's more like it." But let's be clear. This isn't about trying to look like you're 30 when you're 70. No. It's about embracing your beauty at every stage of life and finding styles that enhance your features and celebrate who you are today. The beauty industry often sends us mixed messages about aging, but I want you to know that beauty doesn't fade with age. It evolves. And your hair should evolve with you. In this video, we're going to talk about 3 specific hairstyles that might be adding years to your look. I'll share not only what to avoid, but also some fantastic alternatives that will have you feeling fresh and fabulous. And trust me, these changes are easy to maintain. You won't need to spend hours in front of the mirror or invest in expensive products. So before we dive in, I want to hear from you. What's been your experience with hair and aging? Have you ever felt like your hairstyle didn't reflect how young and vibrant you feel inside? Drop a comment below and let's start a conversation. Your thoughts and experiences are valuable, and they can help others who might be feeling the same way. Get ready for some great tips coming your way. We're about to embark on a journey to discover how small changes can lead to big transformations. So stay tuned, because you won't want to miss this. Let's get started. All right, let's dive into the fascinating world of hair and how it changes as we age. Now, many of us might not think about it, but our hair undergoes significant transformations over the years. Understanding these changes is key to choosing the right hairstyle that truly flatters us. First, let's talk about what happens to our hair as we get older. After the age of 60, our hair follicles start to produce thinner and finer strands. This isn't just about having less hair. It's about the quality and behavior of our hair changing. You may have noticed that your once thick, voluminous hair seems to be feeling a bit more fragile or lacking in body. This is completely normal. Research shows that as we age, the growth phase of our hair shortens, leading to an overall reduction in volume. A study published in the Journal of Clinical and Aesthetic Dermatology highlights that hair density typically decreases significantly, which can impact our styling options. Have you ever felt like a hairstyle that once suited you perfectly just doesn't have the same effect anymore? You're not alone. But that's not all. The texture of our hair changes too. There's a fascinating study from the International Journal of Trichology that points out how the medulla, which is the central core of the hair shaft, can become fragmented or even disappear in some strands as we age. This means our hair behaves differently than it did even a decade ago. And that's something we need to embrace. Hormonal changes play a huge role in this process as well. Decreasing estrogen levels don't just affect our skin. They also have a dramatic impact on hair density and oil production. As our scalp produces less sebum, our hair can become drier and require different care approaches than what worked for us in our earlier years. Now, let's not forget about how our facial structure changes with age. Many of us experience a loss of fat in our cheeks, changes in our jawline definition, and alterations in facial proportions. A hairstyle that looked fabulous at 40 might frame your face entirely differently at 70. It's crucial to reassess our hairstyles regularly to ensure they complement our evolving features. Here's something interesting. A 5-year study from the Psychology of Aging journal found that when hairstyles effectively complement facial changes, observers consistently rated women as more vibrant and attractive, regardless of their age. This emphasizes the importance of finding a hairstyle that enhances your current features rather than fighting against them. So what can we do with this knowledge? It's simple. We need to be proactive about our hairstyles. Many women express regret about maintaining the same hairstyle for decades without considering how their features have changed. Hair professionals recommend reassessing your signature style every 3 to 5 years after the age of 60. This time frame aligns with noticeable changes in hair texture, density, and facial structure. Remember, a great hairstyle should work with you, not against you. It should frame your face beautifully and reflect the wonderful person you are today. So as we continue through this video, keep these insights in mind. Your hair is an essential part of your identity, and it's time to embrace its evolution. In the comments below, I'd love to hear about your experiences with your hair changes. Have you found styles that work better for you now? Let's share our stories and support each other on this journey. Now, let's move on to discuss those 3 specific hairstyles that may be adding years to your appearance. Stay tuned. All right, let's get into the heart of today's discussion. We're going to uncover 3 hairstyles that you might not realize are aging you. These styles are commonly worn, but they can inadvertently draw attention to the very features we might want to soften or enhance. Don't worry, though. I'm here to guide you through what to avoid and offer some fabulous alternatives that will have you looking vibrant and youthful. First up is what we often call the dated bob. You know the one I'm talking about. The perfectly even bob that sits right at chin level or just below, often with minimal layering and blunt ends. While this hairstyle was once a trend, it can create harsh shadows on your face, especially as facial contours change with age. As we grow older, this rigid structure can highlight areas we might not want to emphasize, like the neck and jawline, making us appear older than we feel. But here's the exciting part. The bob itself isn't the problem. It can actually be a flattering choice if we make a few modifications. Instead of that blunt, structured look, try adding some soft layers. This will create movement and reduce that helmet-like appearance. Point cutting the ends instead of leaving them blunt can also soften the line, drawing attention away from the jaw and neck. And let's not forget about face framing layers that start around the cheekbones. They can lift your features and draw the eye upward. Trust me, these simple tweaks can make a world of difference. Now, let's move on to hairstyle number 2, the 2 dark single process color. This is when hair is dyed a flat, one-dimensional shade that's often darker than your natural color. While it might have looked great in your younger years, as our skin tone lightens with age, this stark contrast can create an unnatural look, emphasizing fine lines and textural changes in your skin. So, what's the solution? Consider transitioning to a dimensional color. This means incorporating highlights and lowlights to add depth and movement to your hair. By introducing lighter shades that harmonize with your skin tone, you can achieve a softer, more youthful appearance. Plus, this approach requires much less maintenance than a single process color, making it a win-win. Finally, let's talk about the 3rd hairstyle, the ultra-short, uniform cut that many refer to as the old lady cut. This style often features hair cut very short all around, sometimes with tight curls that can look stiff and unflattering. It's practical, yes, but it can also signal an outdated approach to hair. Instead of sticking with this one-size-fits-all cut, why not opt for a modern pixie? A contemporary pixie cut can incorporate strategic length variations and texturizing techniques that allow your hair to move naturally. It's all about personalization, working with your unique features rather than against them. A skilled stylist can create a cut that flatters your face shape, enhances your individuality, and gives you that fresh, lively look. As we wrap up this section, remember that these hairstyles don't define you. Small changes can lead to significant improvements in how you feel and present yourself. So take a moment to reflect. Does your current hairstyle serve you well? If not, it might be time to explore some of these alternatives. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you tried any of these styles? What changes have you made that made you feel more confident? Share your experiences in the comments below. Now, let's move on to some practical tips for updating your hairstyle and making it work for you. Stay tuned. Now that we've identified those 3 hairstyles that might be aging you, let's talk about how to implement some specific cutting techniques to refresh your look. It's all about making small adjustments that can have a big impact. So grab a cup of tea, get comfy, and let's dive into the world of hairstyling. First, let's revisit the dated bob. To transform this classic style into something more modern and flattering, you want to focus on adding layers. Layers can create movement and texture, breaking up that blunt edge that can emphasize signs of aging. When you're at the salon, ask your stylist to incorporate soft interior layers. These should be subtle enough to maintain the overall length of your bob, but enough to lift the hair away from your face. This technique not only adds dimension, but also makes your hair feel lighter and more lively. Next, let's talk about the perimeter line of your hair. Instead of keeping it completely blunt, request that your stylist point cut the ends. This means they'll use the tips of the scissors to snip into the ends of your hair, rather than cutting a straight line across. This method softens the edge and creates a more natural look, which can help to minimize harsh shadows on your face. Remember, the goal is to create a softer frame around your features that enhances your beauty rather than detracting from it. Now, if you're considering a shorter style, like a modern pixie cut, think about incorporating varying lengths. A contemporary pixie isn't just about chopping it all off. It's about strategically placing longer pieces on top and shorter lengths on the sides. This contrast adds character and individuality to your look. You might even want to ask for some face-framing pieces to soften your jawline and draw attention to your eyes. This not only freshens up your look, but also gives you that youthful vibrancy we're aiming for. When it comes to color, we discussed avoiding that too dark single-process look. Instead, let's explore some techniques for achieving a beautiful, dimensional color. Ask your colorist about balayage or highlighting techniques that blend seamlessly with your natural hair color. These methods create a sun-kissed effect, adding light and depth to your hair without the harsh contrast. Plus, they require less maintenance, so you can enjoy your fresh look longer without frequent trips to the salon. And remember, if you're transitioning from a darker color, it's perfectly okay to take your time. Gradually lighten your hair over a few sessions to avoid damage and achieve a more natural look. Consult with your stylist about a plan that works for you, taking into account your hair's health and texture. As we wrap up this section, I want to encourage you to be open to change. Whether you're updating your bob, trying a modern pixie, or experimenting with color, the key is to find what makes you feel beautiful and confident. I'd love to hear how you plan to update your hairstyle. What techniques are you excited to try? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's inspire each other on this journey to looking and feeling our best. Up next, we'll dive into some essential tips for maintaining your fabulous new look. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Now that we've explored how to refresh those hairstyles, let's dive into some essential hair care tips specifically designed for women over 60. Taking care of your hair is just as important as choosing the right style. With the right care, you can keep your locks looking healthy, vibrant, and beautiful for years to come. So, let's get started. First off, let's talk about the type of products you should be using. As we age, our hair often becomes finer and more delicate. This means that heavy styling products that once worked wonders for you may now weigh your hair down and make it look flat. Instead, look for lightweight products that are specifically formulated for fine or aging hair. These products will help add volume without the heaviness, giving your hair that bouncy, youthful appearance you desire. When choosing a shampoo and conditioner, go for sulfate-free formulas. Sulfates can strip your hair of its natural oils, leaving it dry and brittle. Instead, opt for gentle, moisturizing formulas that hydrate your hair and scalp. A good rule of thumb is to wash your hair 2 to 3 times a week, depending on your hair type and lifestyle. Overwashing can lead to dryness, so find a schedule that works for you. Now, Let's get into the nitty-gritty of maintaining your hairstyle. If you've recently made changes to your cut or color, you'll want to keep your hair looking fresh between salon visits. For cuts, aim to get a trim every 6 to 8 weeks to maintain shape and prevent split ends. If you've opted for color, the frequency of touch-ups will depend on your chosen technique. For highlights or lowlights, you might find that you can extend your visits to every 8 to 10 weeks, while root touch-ups may require more frequent attention. When it comes to heat styling, be cautious. Our hair becomes more vulnerable to heat damage as we age. If you're using a blow dryer, curling iron, or flat iron, always use the lowest heat setting possible. It's also a great idea to let your hair air dry until it's about 80% dry before finishing with a dryer. This minimizes heat exposure and helps keep your hair healthier. Now, let's talk about brushing techniques. As our hair gets finer, it can also become more prone to breakage. When brushing, start from the ends and work your way up to the roots. This gentle approach reduces stress on fragile strands and helps prevent damage. Consider using a brush with natural bristles, as they distribute your scalp's natural oils through your hair, promoting shine and health. And here's a little secret. Don't underestimate the power of a good hair mask. Incorporating a weekly hydrating mask into your routine can do wonders for your hair. Look for products that contain nourishing ingredients like argan oil, coconut oil, or shea butter. These will help restore moisture and improve the overall health of your hair. Finally, let's not forget about the importance of nutrition in hair health. Eating a balanced diet rich in vitamins and minerals can help support your hair from the inside out. Foods high in omega-3 fatty acids, biotin, and protein are particularly beneficial. As we wrap up this section, remember that your hair deserves love and attention at every age. By following these simple hair care tips, you can keep your locks looking fabulous and feeling great. I'd love to hear about your hair care routines. What products or techniques do you swear by? Share your tips in the comments below, and let's support each other in our hair journeys. Up next, we'll explore how to build a community around our experiences. Stay tuned! Welcome back, everyone. We've covered a lot of ground today, from hairstyles that may be aging you to practical tips for maintaining your hair. Now, let's take a moment to talk about something just as important: building a community around our shared experiences and encouraging each other on this journey. You know, one of the most powerful things about being part of a community is the support and inspiration we can offer one another. Each of us has a unique story when it comes to our hair, our style, and how we feel about ourselves as we age. So I want to create a space where we can share our thoughts, our experiences, and our tips. This is a judgment-free zone where we can all be open and honest. Let's start by reflecting on your own hair journey. Have you made any recent changes to your hairstyle or color? How did that change make you feel? Maybe you found a new product that works wonders for your hair, or perhaps you've discovered a styling technique that brings out your best features. Whatever it is, I'd love to hear about it. Your insights could resonate with someone else who's looking for that same spark of inspiration. In the comments section below, feel free to share your experiences, what works for you, what doesn't, and any challenges you faced along the way. You might be surprised at how many others are in the same boat. By sharing, you're not just helping yourself, you're helping others who may be struggling with similar issues. Think of it as a supportive circle where we lift each other up. I also want to encourage you to ask questions. Whether you're curious about a specific hairstyle, looking for product recommendations, or need advice on how to care for your hair as it changes, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm here to help, and I know many of you have valuable insights to share as well. The more we engage with each other, the more we'll all learn and grow. And remember, it's not just about hair. This community is about celebrating who we are at every age. As we navigate the challenges and joys of aging, let's be there for one another, cheering each other on and sharing our victories, big and small. You might find that your story inspires someone else to embrace their beauty too. As we continue to build this community together, let's make it a place where everyone feels welcome and valued. I want to hear your voices and see your personalities shine through. Don't forget to respond to each other in the comments. If someone shares a tip that resonates with you, let them know. If you have a question about something they've shared, ask away. We're all here to learn from one another. So as we wrap up today's video, I want to thank you for being part of this journey. Your participation means the world to me, and I can't wait to see how we grow as a community. Remember, your hair is just one part of who you are, and embracing your unique beauty is what truly matters. I look forward to reading your thoughts and experiences in the comments. Let's keep this conversation going and support each other as we explore the beautiful journey of aging gracefully. Up next, we'll discuss how to wrap everything up and create lasting changes in our hair and self-image. Stay tuned! As we wrap up today's discussion, I want to take a moment to reflect on everything we've explored together. From identifying hairstyles that may be aging us to understanding how to care for our hair effectively, we've covered some crucial tips that can truly make a difference in how we feel about ourselves. So let's tie it all together. Remember, the key takeaway here is that our hair is not just about aesthetics. It's a reflection of who we are. It tells our story, and as we age, it's essential to adapt our hairstyles to match the beautiful, vibrant individuals we are becoming. It's not about trying to look younger. It's about looking and feeling our best at every stage of life. We've talked about how certain styles, like the dated bob or the too dark single process color, can unintentionally add years to our appearance. But the good news is that simple modifications can create a fresh, modern look that enhances our features. Adding layers, opting for dimensional color, and choosing personalized cuts can transform not only how we look, but also how we feel about ourselves. And let's not forget the importance of proper hair care. With age, our hair requires a little extra love and attention. Using the right products, maintaining a good washing routine, and incorporating nourishing treatments can keep our hair healthy and vibrant. These small changes in our daily routine can lead to significant improvements in the overall appearance and health of our hair. Now, as we move forward, I encourage you to take what you've learned today and put it into action. Whether it's scheduling that long overdue haircut, experimenting with a new color technique, or simply reassessing your current hair care products, every step you take can lead to positive change. Embrace the evolution of your beauty and let your hair reflect the amazing person you are today. I also want to remind you that this journey doesn't have to be taken alone. Connect with our community, share your experiences, and don't hesitate to reach out for advice or support. We're all in this together, and your voice matters. Let's continue to uplift one another and celebrate our unique beauty as we age. Before I sign off, I want to leave you with this thought. Your hairstyle should feel effortless and empowering. It should enhance your natural beauty and make you feel confident every time you catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror. So, are you ready to embrace the changes and discover a new version of yourself? I hope so. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Your engagement means so much, and I can't wait to hear about your own hair transformations and experiences in the comments below. Let's keep this conversation alive and support each other in our journeys toward embracing our beauty at every age. Until next time, remember that the most beautiful style is one that makes you feel confident and radiant. I'm excited to see how you apply these tips to your life. Stay fabulous, and I'll see you in the next video.